So between you guys, what led to this loss for Kentucky against A&M?
I think foul trouble was a huge thing. And, I mean, I genuinely, with only having 2 of our 7-footers and still missing out on Big Z, and Trey Mitchell played almost 45 minutes of the game. Like, he played the entire time. And we can't just rely on just having that one guy when we've got such a deep roster in the SEC to be able to compete. Getting in foul trouble early is definitely something that really affected us, and we could have improved on that.
For sure. Malik, Gavin, Fletch, you know exactly what it was why we lost the game. Ball goes up, hits the rim, ball actually comes down in the air. For some reason, we can't get a rebound. Yeah. We just can't. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the game, but like Texas A&M for rebounds, I mean, they out-rebounded us. 25 offensive rebounds, including they had at one point they had 3 offensive rebounds in one possession. You got to rebound against teams like this, and we talked about this before the game. We said they got to defend, they got to rebound. They didn't do that, and then second chance points kills us. We don't get out in transition because we're not rebounding. So I mean, if I had something to blame, it has to be the rebounding, and then you can't forget about the defense. We know what type of player we were up against with Texas A&M, the point guard that they had. He's an absolute star, one of the best in the country. Yep. It was a challenge for us to stop him in pick-and-roll situations, just staying in front of him in transition. So I got to go with those 2 aspects of why we lost, is rebounding and then defense, which it has been a problem for us all year long.
I think both of you are right on the money, with the foul trouble as well as, like, as we talk about defense, like I said, going into, Wade Taylor had big game, as well as Tyrese Radford. These guys, we're talking about 30 points coming from Radford. These guys were really able to score, but let's be honest, Texas A&M spent a lot of that game at the free throw line, a lot of free throws. Yep. Like I said, foul trouble is a big thing. And that comes with defense, being disciplined. We have a very young team, and you got an away game. We gotta really be disciplined. We knew overtime is going to be even harder being on the road, SEC, and the defense has to be better. We have to do better. It's going to be more SEC games, but I think we took a lot of lessons from this game.
Yep.
Yeah. How do you get more rebounds than the other team? You go up, grab the ball, and come off, and then bring it in. That's how you get more. So, obviously we were weak on defense. How does Kentucky fix its defensive issues?
You've got to start on the perimeter, man. I mean, these teams are out here getting like 23s a game on us, and it's like whenever you play Kentucky, it's like shoot. It's like just shoot the ball. And, I mean, I don't know if that's a point of emphasis that's being made through coaching staff, but it's like any team that's coming in, they're putting up at least 15 to 23 pointers a game, and it's something that our perimeter defense has really lacked, and that gives up a lot of easy points, especially if we're lacking off pick and rolls and things like that, and they're just pulling up and shooting from the range. So
I think you're right. We talked about this before with the Missouri game. Like I said, they seemed no urgency to close out on shooters, really giving up free looks open on the 3. Almost like they just daring you to shoot it. Like, hey, maybe you make it, maybe you miss, but you really, like I said, it's that discipline on defense. It's really starting to be a little concern, as we know earlier in the season. That was the part that got us really excited. Them guys loving to get out and run, loving to see them try to get steals to go out and transition. But lately they just haven't been as disciplined.
I mean, you can't really get out in transition if you're not playing defense, right?
Right.
The team's scoring, they got to take it out. The offense is going to be slower. You can't advance the ball as faster because the defense is set up. But I got one guy, Adu Thiero. How about that? Why don't we get him back in the lineup? I think he's going to help. Once we get him back in the lineup as far as defense and energy. And then, like you guys said, the discipline is we got to be better disciplined, staying on our feet. Just, moving our feet on the pick and roll. I know Ian Bradshaw, he got a lot of fouls that game, but, he is a freshman. Let's cut him some slack.
6 minutes.
Yeah, 6 minutes. Didn't get to play a lot. Didn't get to get much of a rhythm out there. So, I hope we get to learn from this overall game.
Not playing a lot. It's very generous on 6 minutes. We think about, that's very, very few time on the court, like you said. compared to Trey Mitchell out there logging 44.
Yep.
Even Uganda, that gave us a chance to look at him since,
He had some good-
really for 30 minutes, like in a big game that we haven't got to see since he's been out in the boot, So it's been rough, but getting those guys back is definitely a big thing for sure.
Exactly.
Did you guys see Rob's comment after the game? Well, it was Rob Dillingham's comment after the game about him missing that winning shot.
Oh yeah, that was a honestly, I thought it was gonna go in. If you guys got a chance to look at it, it went in the rim and just came right back out. Man, I really wanted that moment for him so bad, but he said that in March it's gonna go in. So
believe it.
I hope he's not jinxing himself or anything like that. But I'm a fan. I hope it goes down. In March.
You can't do nothing but say you love it, love the confidence.
Yeah.
You looked on the brighter side. And it also reminds you that these guys know what they're playing for.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing for March. That lets you know their mindset is pretty right. They're not letting this loss today hold them over to the next game. They already know, like, hey, we take it one game at a time, but we have a big goal. It's in March, that big dance.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a positive, and if you look at it from that perspective, then they're on the right track for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Texas A&M is going to be another team we'll see in March that could really make a deep run if they're able to turn it around. I mean, the way that they've been playing right now, we'll see.
I'm sure we'll see him in the SEC tournament. I guarantee you that, and it won't be easy.
I think we lost so far, to some pretty good teams. Maybe not as much. I'm not a big fan of Kansas, but I believe the UNCW team we lost to is a very talented team.
Right.
Yeah, Kansas should never been a loss. That's my opinion. But yeah, UNC Wilmington, that's a good basketball club they got. Yeah.
This is the 5th top 6 team to lose this week, and that's that's a lot.
Yeah.
What's been going on with the highly ranked teams? Just getting beat like that.
Oh man, college basketball.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the word for you. You get a lot of upsets. Yep. It's not like you're in a 7-game series or a 5-game series where the best team, the best team's gonna win, right? College basketball, you get one game, and then a lot of the times, these higher ranked teams, they're getting the best quality underdog team. The underdog team is going to put their best foot forward, like we see against Kentucky. Exactly. We're getting the best version of Texas A&M. So it's like you're going to see upsets here and there, but like I said, that's what makes college basketball so special.
I'll let you go.
I was just going to say, I think conference play is a big thing too. Yeah. Like conference is huge. Especially just starting out playing in the SEC with Florida and everything like that. Like we've got to really make sure that we're keeping our conference play to the main goal to get to Nashville in the end and then ultimately win Nashville and then go and play in the tourney. So they've got some things to work on, and I'm really confident in them. But conference play is huge right now.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what I was gonna say. Let's flash the word right here, butt ahead. Conference play, it's big deal. SEC, ACC, it doesn't matter. Big Ten. These guys. You're talking about teams that are very aware of your program. We're very aware of the coaches, what you like to do, tendencies. They really key in. These are. You really want to win these conference play games. They understand the importance of it. So each team, when you come in, Florida, you're looking at, Kentucky at least twice a year. All these teams are like, okay, we're going to, we may not get this one, but we learn from their mistakes. We're going to see them again.
Exactly.
So these teams are very aware with Coach Cal, how his teams are normally run, how he likes to run them. And as well as UK being, a big-time program, this is nationally televised games. Everyone's very
lights,
aware
baby.
Of those names. Like we talk about, you talk about Rob Dillingham, Reed Shepard, DJ. You talk about these big names. These are guys that get, national attention, big NILs. Everyone wants a piece of their heads. Yeah. Everyone wants to, a chance to say, hey, I shut down Rob Dillingham. I was able to lock up, Shepard. All these guys to get all this attention that they may feel is undeserved. So everybody's coming into this game twice as hard. You get Kentucky on the schedule, you're saying, hey, we got to take these guys down.
I was going to say, that's a real thing. It's not talked about a lot, but that is a real thing.
Kentucky will face Mississippi